We're gonna review your pole vault videos that you sent me, part 4. Welcome to the pole vault vlog. My name is Shawn Francis, and here we talk everything fire pole contortionism and human catapulting. Hello everybody. I know we all love advertising, but I wrote this book so you can learn in roughly 200 pages what it took me 20 years and 8 years of college to try and figure out. Debt. So if you want to pole vault higher and faster, head over to team-hoot.com and grab a bunch of tools to help you just do that. This, training programs, and a pole vault video course. team-hoot.com. All right, let's do this. We have 3 videos to review today, and 2 things I would like to talk about is, the first is body positioning. Body positioning. All right, let's look at Tayne's jump. Tayne? You're the first person I've ever met named Tayne. You are my first Tayne. It's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh. Is that a helmet too? Dude, I was a helmet guy myself. I bet you're from the Midwest, maybe Minnesota, because they're mandatory here. And then it's hard to take it off once we do that. But killer jump, man. You're adding a ton of energy in there, swinging pretty tight to the pole like a, ooh, it's great. But we're talking about body positioning, so I want to talk about a few things. So they say the ideal takeoff in pole vault is between 17 and 20 inches. And what does that mean? Nothing to you, right? Nobody knows what that even means. 20 degrees is right here. And I know what you're thinking. Cool, Shawn, let me grab my ruler and bring it to pole vault practice. No, that's not what I want you to do. I just want you to realize that 20 degrees is pretty flat. It's a pretty flat takeoff. Because I want you to think long jumping with a pole. That's essentially what pole vaulting is. It's a long jump takeoff with a pole in your hand. All right, we made that simple. Now in pole vaulting, we want 2 things to happen. We want the pole to bend and we want to move the pole to vertical. Pole to vertical, and we want it to bend while it's moving to vertical. Now, if we have too high of a pole vault angle, too high of a pole vault takeoff, it's hard for the pole to bend. It won't bend very much, so we're losing some energy there. If it's too low, if it's less than, 17 degrees, we won't get the pole to vertical and danger. So if we look at Tayne's jump, I think his takeoff angle is just a little bit too high. So if we watch it here he comes down the runway. It looks like it's just really high, and I want to see more of a horizontal takeoff into the pit, body positioning, horizontal takeoff. And he asked, will that help my invert? And yeah, it does, because if you lean with your chest and you have more of a horizontal takeoff, that trail leg should stay behind you longer. And if you think about like a rubber band, right? Because your muscles are essentially just giant rubber bands all connected together. If you pull that rubber band back farther, you're gonna have more energy to fling whatever's in your rubber band, right? So if our trail leg's back farther, there's more energy in our body, and it's gonna be easier when it whips us upside down. So it's a win-win all around, but man, that is a fantastic jump. And so yeah, a little bit lower in the takeoff, it's gonna help everything following. Good job, dude. Also, if you want more on pole vault angles and speed and how pole speed affects the pole, I'll link a video up here. All right, this is Josh. And Josh has look how fast he is. He looks super comfortable on the run, and it just looks like that pole's not moving to vertical very well, right? Last video we talked about direction, body positioning in terms of direction, right? Like where do we want to launch our body positioning, right? And in this video, I want to talk about in terms of body stiffness or force, right? Some of you may know that I'm a 3rd degree black belt. It was like my first sport, so I used to teach karate as well. And when I would teach it to kids or adults or whoever it was, we would talk about punching, right? Because, karate martial arts. So when I used to say, like, if you were gonna punch somebody in the face, right? And you were gonna have a loose fist, what would happen? And they'd be like, oh, that sounds painful. I would break my fingers and my fist. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So we wanna have a tight fist. We wanna have a solid force, being more solid, trying to be more solid than the force you're about to hit, right? And then if you do that, instead of you breaking, maybe the other thing will break that you're hitting, hopefully. For people who don't like talking about violence, if we talk about skateboarding, you're on a rail and say you slip and you hit your balls on the rail, what's gonna crush? The balls or the rail? And I know some of you are going, well, if you have balls of steel, though. Yes, you're right, but most likely you will not be having a great time. Leave it to me to talk about testicles. So now that we're talking about pole vaulting, how do you be the fist or how do you be the rail in terms of pole vaulting, right? And there's a few things I say in these vlogs a lot. and some of them are, I want to see you hit the pole before it hits you. I want you to have a slight lean forward at the takeoff. Everything's moving forward. So I want you to be as tall as you can, slight lean forward, and just hit. Everything's moving forward. You be the fist, you be the rail. And if you have a solid plant and takeoff where you are the fist and you're the rail, you're gonna crush a lot of faces and a lot of balls. So if we watch Josh's video, right away it just looks like as soon as he hits, we're leaning back at the takeoff, right? So we're being a little loose. The pole's winning. The pole's hitting him versus him hitting the pole. So we want to hit the pole, and then that way, you're the fist or you're the rail. Man, I don't know if I should have used that testicle analogy because I'm getting a little bit of a stomachache thinking about it. So great job, Josh. What I recommended to him was to eat 30,000 calories of wall plants. Wall plants are a great way to work on being solid, hitting an object. If you're not solid, planting into a wall, you don't have to walk or even move, you just have to press into it. And a good way to do this is to get on a smaller pole. Just like in the last video, I sent him a couple videos of planting and how wall plants actually works. You can check those out too. But Josh, killer vault, dude. It's so good. Just a little bit body positioning here, and your vault's gonna look night and day different. All right, this is Chef, which is you're my first chef I've known. And what a cool looking vault, you know? Again, like look at this thing. He's doing a lot of things really well, you know? Just looks a little wonky up top, and I think I got some things to help you with that. And this might be a good time to bring up part 2 of the 2 things I want to talk about. I've made like over 500 videos on pole vault alone for YouTube. I don't know if all of you are aware of that, but I've put them into playlists to make them easier to find for you. So I made the Pole Vault Toolbox playlist, which is a little bit from every chapter of this book. I've made a How to Pole Vault playlist, which has all the big chunks, and I've made like a pole vault, I call it the Pole Vault Mentally playlist, but it's essentially psychological tools to help you pole vault higher, the mental side of pole vault. I'll link all these up here, and I'll put them down in the description below so you can find them easier too. I just thought I should let you guys know that. And then on top of all of that, I've also have a 5-hour course based on everything in this book that goes into everything deeper. So what I sent him was the How to Plant videos, which talks about wall plants and being solid at takeoff, and that helps lean forward a little bit and makes it so your arms are up, because it's hard to plant the wall if you're not doing things correctly. And then once you have those wall plants, think about just running full speed and planting into the box like you were with the wall, and good things tend to happen. Like I've seen it a million times. Great things happen. And then he sent me a message back and goes, how do I get out of this bucket position that I seem to be stuck in all the time? I told him this is a cool way to think about it. Is if you were gonna pick up a bag or pick up your groceries, right? Would you bend over, grab your groceries, and then pull and then stand up? No, you do it in the other way, right? You grab your groceries, you would stand up, your arms would be straight, and then maybe you pick it up. And the pole vault works a lot like that. It works a lot like a clean or a deadlift, but I know not everyone does that. And I know everyone picks up groceries. So think about grabbing your groceries, keeping your arms straight, and then standing up, and then maybe pulling with the arms as the pole starts to unload. So I essentially just told him to pick up his groceries right in the middle of his vault. And the coolest part for me was that I got a video a couple days later from him, and he told me he got a PR. And if we watch this video, he picked up his groceries right in the middle of the vault, and he joined the 12-foot club, man. That's so awesome. His arms are straighter, so he went up the pole better and popped right over it. Fantastic. So that made my day. Great job, man. That was really fun. And I like getting the feedback and see how like the cues work for you. So thanks for sending that. That's it, everyone. Head over to team-hoot.com for more tools to help you pole vault higher. If you would like your video reviewed, you can send them to my Instagram. I'm gonna find a better way to do this because Instagram's just getting clogged right now. But I'll try and do that for the next video. And always remember, there's more than one way to pole vault. Find what works best for you, and then do a lot of that. All right, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. See ya. Oh, and good luck this week. I hope everyone has PRs and tailwinds. Okay, bye. Because frick, man. 20 years is a long time to be pole vaulting. I think I started 2000. Oh my God, it's over 20 years. I started in 2021 when I was a freshman in high school. Ugh.